Today, we're diving back into the world of war movies to bring you part 2 of our top 10 best war movies on Netflix. If you thought part 1 was intense, get ready for even more heart-pumping action, gripping drama, and inspiring stories of heroism. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you will never miss out on our videos. Now let's grab some popcorn and settle in, because you won't want to miss this list of the best war movies streaming on Netflix right now. Number 10. 12 Strong. This movie tells the story of ODA 595, an elite special forces unit that was the first to battle in Afghanistan following 9/11. Mitch Nelson, who is played by Chris Hemsworth, leads a team of 11 troops. Their mission was to team up with a warlord from the Northern Alliance and fight their way to the Taliban stronghold of Mazar-e-Sharif, where they would then call for airstrikes until the Taliban could be eliminated from the map. The American forces were absurdly outnumbered as they fought in hostile and unfamiliar territory and were compelled to ride horses to and from battle. It was a suicide mission. They would probably never return, or at least most of them. Number 9. Danger Close, The Battle of Long Tan. Based on a real account of the Battle of Long Tan in 1966, when a battalion of 2,500 Viet Cong fighters charges at them. A small company of 108 Australian soldiers in Vietnam must defend themselves against what appear to be insurmountable odds. What follows is a breathtaking display of the effectiveness of selflessness, brotherhood, and committed cooperation. The Viet Cong attack their location, and Major Harry Smith, played by Travis Fimmel, divides the young Australian soldiers known as Delta Company into 3 platoons. On the battlefield, they experience poor communication systems and ambush attacks at every turn. Delta Company is essentially outnumbered 25-1 and has nothing other than grit and wits to help them. Number 8. The Great Raid is about a squad of Rangers attempting to free a group of 500 American captives during World War II. The movie casts a wider net, looking at the ruthless Japanese government trying to crush them all, as well as the underground Filipino movement that secretly aids American prisoners. 3 years after their capture, the Japanese are killing the POWs with the help of their most ruthless commander. As a final option, American soldiers send in the Rangers. Their mission to sneak into a camp with several hundred enemy soldiers appears to be practically impossible, especially with inexperienced soldiers. Will they succeed? Number 7. The Auschwitz Escape. The historical drama centers on Wetzler and Werber, 2 Jewish Slovak prisoners at Auschwitz who observed all the atrocities committed by the Nazis, who are thought to have killed 1 million people at the death camp. Despite their successful escape, they are forced to make a difficult decision as Nazi superiors become aware of their absence. Days are spent trapped beneath wooden slats, as the commanders punish the other prisoners by lashing, starving, and burying them in the ground, with only their heads above the ground and leaving them out in the cold. Wetzler and Werber wait until it is safe to flee in the hopes that their escape will persuade the resistance to put an end to what is happening. Number 6. Narvik, Hitler's First Defeat. In the heartwarming drama Narvik, Carl Martin Eggers plays Corporal Gunnar Toft, his wife named Ingrid, and their kid Ole. When the Narvikan Germans go to battle, circumstances place the husband and wife on opposing sides. Ingrid speaks German well and works as an interpreter. She also helps 2 British officials hide, but she is compelled to provide Germans with the location of British officials after her son is hurt in a bombing and needs rapid medical attention from a German doctor. After winning the battle, Gunnar returns home, But he is devastated to discover that his wife had been working with the Germans, while he was risking his life to drive them out. Number 5. The Outpost. The movie starts by explaining how the US Army in 2006 established several outposts in northern Afghanistan to connect with the locals and cut off any weapons or supplies being transported to the Taliban. One of these outposts was known as COP Keating, and it is the focus of this story. The outpost, which was located at the base of 3 separate mountains, was practically surrounded, placing it at a severe disadvantage in the case of an attack. Due to the outpost's location, many people who were sent there even felt they had no choice but to accept the likelihood that they wouldn't survive. This is a great action-packed war movie who you don't want to miss. Number 4. The Resistance Banker. The story centers on Barry Atzma's character, Walraven van Hall, a banker who decides to support the Dutch resistance to the Nazis during a crucial point in World War II. Along with his brother Guys van Hall, they went out to steal money from banks and give it to the resistance to slow down the German war machine. Of course, nothing is ever that easy, and what ensues is a carefully timed game of cat and mouse, in which the resistance tries to frustrate the Nazis as they learn what they're up to, tries to stay undiscovered, and determine whether there are any spies in the mix. This Dutch Netflix original is based on a real-life event. Number 3. Defiance tells the true events of the Bielski Partisans, a group of over 1,000 Polish Jews who spent 2 years hiding out in a forest close to Novogródok while battling the Nazis and saving other Jews from being killed. The Bielski brothers, played by Daniel Craig, Liev Schreiber, Jamie Bell, and George McKay, are the main characters in Defiance who had escaped their Nazi-occupied of Eastern Poland, West Belarus, and joined the Soviet partisans to fight the Nazis. Over 1,200 Jews were ultimately saved by the brothers. The movie followed their struggle to avoid the Nazi soldiers that were invading, while still carrying out their goal of saving Jewish lives. Number 2. Downfall, Der Untergang. The movie tells the tale of Traudl Junge, a 22-year-old played by Alexandra Maria Lara, who served as Hitler's secretary from 1942 until his death. The movie begins with a brief prologue in November 1942 at the Wolf's Lair. The action then swiftly cuts to April 1945, when Soviet artillery fire striking Berlin's very center above them rudely awakens Junge inside Hitler's bunker. The Nazi Germany of evil is about to come to an end as the Soviet army has arrived on the outskirts of the German capital. Being one of Hitler's closest entourage, Frau Junge witnesses firsthand the dramatic events that take place as the society around her collapses. Prominent party and army leaders commit suicide, and the bunker quickly fills with bodies. Bruno Ganz's portrayal of Hitler is already a reason to watch this movie. Number 1. Hacksaw Ridge. This movie is a fantastic and emotional Christian war film that portrays the horrors of war. Andrew Garfield plays Desmond Doss in it. At the start of World War II, Desmond and his brother enlisted in the military, but Desmond made a vow to God that he would never use a weapon to kill someone. He then enlists as a medic who is a conscientious objector. Eventually, Desmond is permitted by the army to engage in combat unarmed. Desmond, who entered one of the war's most grueling battles with nothing but his faith, won admiration and respect for his bravery, selflessness, and compassion after risking his life while saving 75 men without using a weapon. If you haven't already, be sure to check out part 1 of our list for even more incredible war movies available on Netflix. We've linked them in the top right corner. And don't forget to let us know your favorite war movies in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for more amazing content.